This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. So, whatever we have covered till now, till today, if you people have any doubt, you can ask me before I proceed with the next topic. If you have a doubt, put it in a chat box. If you have a no doubts, put it as 0. Any doubts, put it as 1. I'll repeat. If you don't have a doubts, put in a chat box as 0. If you have a doubt, put it as 1. Leah 0. Okay. Okay. Um, I think in a previous class, that is yesterday's class, someone asked me, Anvika, good. So someone asked me about the problems what I have done to share with you all, right? So I'll share those problems uh, by tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll share you, okay? Because I was not able to prepare the files which has been solved. I have actually solved one. I need to edit it. Actually, I had a continuous section, so I couldn't share you all. Okay, I'll share you tomorrow. Fine. Yes, ma'am. Okay, it was Vrinda you asked me, right? Fine, I'll share you tomorrow, okay? Let's proceed now. And I asked you to download one of the file. Did you all download? Yes, put it as Y. No, put it as no. N. Did you all download? Yes, Y. Not? No. N. No, ma'am. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Everyone, please go to the website which I have given you, the link I have given you. Download it. Did you all download?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start doing this. So we are going to do a pivot table, right? We are going to do a pivot table. Now, was first of all, I think you would have already learned a basic concept of pivot table, how it is going to work, right? How it is going to work. This concept you would have already seen it. So now what I will be doing is using this pivot table, pivot charts, slicers, using all this concept, we are going to do a dashboard. Okay, a dynamic dashboard we will create. So I have a data with the order ID, that is order date, region, who's the sales representative, what are the products they're selling, how many units, the number of units, unit price. So here in unit price, I take it as cost price. Unit price means the cost price. This is the total cost price. That means my purchase. So I take here as inward. I add another column as inward and give here equals to the number of quantities into cost price. Then I add here, so I get the total. Next one, I have to make a sales, right? I have here the cost price. I need a sales price. So what I'll do, I'll add one more field here, sales price. For sales price, I don't know what will be the value. So what I'll do, I'll randomly take some values. So rand between random between, I'll take here as, okay, 5 to, we will take 5 to 50, or I'll take 5 to 30 rupees. 5 comma 30. So the values can be between 5 to 30 rupees, any values. I'll close the bracket, then press enter. I got the values. Now what I have to do, I have to select this entire column, copy this and paste it as a values only. Since I have a field with the values, I have this. I'll just select this total column, copy it. After copying, I'll paste it as values. So still it has, okay, wait. I'll just drag this from the first cell till the last cell. Control C. After copy, paste it as values. Done. Now I do not have anywhere this thing. So now next one is my outward. Outward means sales, right? Outward is my sales. Outward is my sales, or if you want to take it here as purchase, you can keep it as purchase also. If you want to give it here as sales, you can give it here as sales also. So now what I'll do, equals to the number of units into the number of sales price, the sales price. Now this is my sales value I'm getting here, the total sales. Now we need to find revenue. Revenue is different, profit is different. Revenue is money that is earned from the sales and purchase. As you, if you people are account students, then it means it is a gross profit. It is not a net profit, it is a gross profit. The revenue we are going to find, so equals to sales minus purchase is your revenue. If you have somewhere negative values minus, then it is negative value is your loss. Okay, so this is what I have done. So if you want to do it along with me, you can start doing it. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes you can finish this, or else I'll start the functions. So when I start creating the charts, tables, everything, you should not get confused. So that is what I'm asking you to do now itself. Try to do this. I'll give you 2 minutes. Have you all done this? Say yes, no, something. Girls, I'm asking you, did you all do this? Put it in a chat box if you are done yes. If not, give it as no. So if no response, what should I consider? Not yet done. Okay. So do it, ma. Leah, do it and tell me once if you are. After completing, please let me know. Leah, have you done? Okay. So let's continue. So this is what I have, the formulas I have done. Now what I have to do, I have to create a pivot table. Pivot table. Now first of all, understand what is pivot table. Pivot table means when I have a large data, might be I have thousands of rows, hundreds of columns, which is having a very drastic information, too much of information which is having in my data. Where from this, I won't be able to understand what actually the table says, what is the information. So if I want any information from that huge bigger table, I need to extract the information what I need and what I actually look for. So using this information, I can understand what is the situation in my company or what is the situation what is happening. Now say that I just have a small data of a sales. So sales which is happening in few regions. Now what I will do is I'll remove some central part. Purposely I'm removing. Okay. So that I will rename this later on. Why I'm doing this? Because in a pivot table, whenever we have any field as a blank, this blank field will also considered as one of the information. First thing, right? And if I make something, any spelling mistake, say example, I'll go for this pen sets, right? Pen set, I'll make few places pen and pen sets. You have a pen sets also I have. So I'm just changing two places pen set. So I have a pen set, sets, set and sets, two things I'm doing. Okay, if there is any spelling mistake in your data, if there is any spelling mistake in your data, even that will be considered as another information. So when you're creating a pivot table, first thing, pivot table, the data must be in a table format. or it must be properly arranged into a rows and columns. First condition. Second condition, no spelling errors. If there is a spelling errors, the spelling error will also be considered as another information. Another information. As I renamed here pen set as pen sets. You don't need to worry, I'll change it later on. Now I'm just doing this. Okay, I just renamed it somewhere where it will show me as an additional data. So that is what I am saying you, there must be no spelling errors in your data. Third condition, if there is any blank cells without any information, and those condition will also be taken as another information, another data. So what I want to do here is, I want a clear information. By clearing all this blank, all these things I will be doing here, right? So we are going to create a pivot table. Say if my table is small, I can just select my data. But when I have a bigger data, say I said you like thousands of information, if I have, how will I select the entire table? So just click somewhere inside the table. Anyway, click somewhere inside the table. After clicking on this, go to insert tab. You have an option as pivot table. Now, the table name, for this table, I have given a name as office supplies. So that name I'm getting. In case if you're getting a table range, no problem. Now, where I have to create this pivot table, where should I extract the information? I need to extract the information in the same Excel sheet. That is, in the same sheet 1 itself I need it, or into the some other location. So since I am going to create a dashboard on every sort of information, I don't have to do it here itself. I'll take to the new sheet. So existing means the same sheet. If I take existing, it will ask me where I have to do. So I'll select this placer. But if I take it as new, it won't ask me. It will create sheet 2, another sheet 2. So I'm going for this new worksheet. Click on OK. As soon as you click, you get a pivot table. This is a setting. Choose the field to add a report. You are getting this setting option, and this is the place where we are going to create a pivot table. Now what I'll do, I'll just click on this drop down option. Which method of field settings you want for your display? That method you can select it. So I'll choose the second one, field section and the area section side by side. This I'm using because I can just click, drag and put it here. Okay. Now this is what I have selected. Now first condition what I need is, my first requirement is, I want to know region wise sales, right? I want to know region wise what is the sales has happened. This I want to know. So when I create this is my pivot table. See, when I click inside this, you will get this field. When I click outside, you are not getting that field. Again I click inside, you will get. By mistake, if I close this, right, by mistake if I close this, where will I find this table? So just click on this area where you are getting a pivot table area. Go for this pivot table analysis. You have an option here as field list. Click on this, you will get it back. So this is one. So what was my requirement? Region wise sales. I take this region wise sales region, I'll put it into row, right? And then I take sales to my values. Now see, I have a central, east, west. Okay, I do not have a values. So somewhere I have removed a central value. So because of that, the blank field is also showing you as one set of information. So let me rename this. I'll do this later on. Now I just got a data. Overall, what is the total sales that has happened in blank field, in central field, in the east field, in the west field? How much has happened? This I came to know. First table. Now I would like to create one more table also. One more table also. What was my second? I'll take here the second condition saying that I need I need to know how much profit I made. Profit made, okay, or profit earned. I'm going to take here as profit earned by sales representative. Sales representative, first thing, in each region. in each region. This is what is my condition. I need a profit earned by the sales representative in each region. So I'll take here, we will go for the same thing. I'll click somewhere inside this table, somewhere inside this table. Now we will again go to insert, pivot table. Now instead of taking here as new worksheet, I'll take here as existing worksheet. Existing worksheet. Who says this? Not able to join? Okay, I'll just say hello or wait. So existing worksheet. So now in existing worksheet, where I'll go for sheet 2, where I've already created one table in this. Next to this, here I will create one more table. I'll click on OK. Done. I got this. Right? Now, there was someone asking me unable to join. Is there anyone in a room waiting? No, there is no person waiting in a room. Okay, we will continue. Let us check with our network. Now, in this place, what I need the sales. I need the profit, right? First of all, I need a profit. Profit means my revenue. I put it into values. Second one, I need sales that is earned by the representative. Representative, I put it in a rows, and I want in each and every region, every region. So if I want to change this representative to columns, I can put like this, representative into columns. Then what I need this region. Where is my region? I put it into this place. Done. So each and every region, how much sales has happened, this I can do. If you want to switch this, you can switch like this also. I'll take like this. So this is enough. This is how I need it, so I got this. So now next thing, I have done a calculation here. Now see, this is a value which is showing me a blank one. I want to replace this blank one, right? So before I do this, I want all of you to do with this two tables. Do it fast. I'll give you two. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Finish it so that I can continue. Any doubts? You can ask me. Fine. I'll be checking your chat box. If anybody has a doubt, you can ask me. Anybody has a doubt? Are you able to do it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What did you say, Ma? You able to do?
Yeah, ma'am. I have no doubts.
Okay, let's continue now. Are you still doing, everyone? Or we will continue? Arey Baba, no one will answer. Okay, I'll continue then. Since you people are not answering, I have no other option also. Let me continue. Okay, so this is done. Now, next one, what I need is based on what we will take, ah, date wise, period wise. So, what we will do here is I have a date here, right? July, June, all this thing. Date wise, I have. So, date wise, I will create one more data. So, now, um, what I'll take? Units. Huh. So we will do one more data. But now what I have to do is I have to replace this blank field. First I'll go for my original source data. I'll select this region column, Control H to replace. Replace what? Blank field with what? I can replace with the central itself, but I want to do it with the south. I'm giving here as south. So you just continue with the same data, no problem. I'm just taking here as south. Then I'll click on this replace all. I had a few fields where it was having a replace all. Okay, it has been protection. Okay, I'll take this entire column first. Then I'll click on this replace all. Protected sheet where I have review. Okay, now replace all. Still it shows me same. Protected sheet. To use this command, you must first unprotect. I don't know. Still, it says unprotect. Okay, let me unprotect this. After unprotecting, now replace all. What is this? Unprotect this. Done. Close. I'll select this. Now we will replace Control H. Replace the blank one too. All this is. I don't know how much place I have given, so I'll just directly type it. Copy this, and I'll just check for the blank field. Done. After doing this, now when I see my pivot table, see there is no update. Now what I will do, when I click inside this, I have another tab, pivot table analysis. Click on this, you have an option as refresh. Again click on this refresh. Now you can see a south is been added, and again here also a south has been added. Now, this value, the sum of sales, when I have here sum of sales, I don't want the total sales here. I want to give average sales. Average sales overall, how much has happened. So, what I'll do, I'll click on this average sales, that is sum of sales. You have this drop down option. Click here, value field setting. Click on this average, then again OK. I show you again. Click on this drop down option, value field setting, select this average, click on OK, done. Now we are getting average sales, but I don't want too many decimal values. I'll remove this decimal values. I'll select the values, remove the decimal values. I only need 2 decimal points enough for me. So done. Next one, I have a salespeople and the region wise sales. In this it shows me the total values, but I don't want this total value, not even the average. I want the value in a percentage, overall 100 percentage. Okay, so overall that is my grand total, I need it in a 100 percentage. So how much percentage of sales has happened from Alex, Bill, James, Matthew, like individual persons contribution in each region we will see. Right, now what I will do here is I will just click somewhere inside this table. So sum of revenue I have here, right? The sum of revenue. I click on this drop down option. Now I go for this value field setting. In this show value as, show value as, I take here percentage of grand total, percentage of grand total. Click on OK. Now see, overall 100 percentage. See, you can make this how much percentage they have made. You can make it in a column wise. So this is the sales. You can see in this row wise also how much sales has happened. So this is what I have a information. Now next one is we will create one more table. I go for this next one, pivot chart. Click somewhere, insert pivot table. So existing document sheet 2, I'll place it here. Okay, now I'll click on OK. After clicking on OK, I take this order date, put it into a filters. Put it into your filters. Now I need number of items. What are the items that sales is happening? Item in a row, then sales value, then we will take representative in a columns, and I need one more also row also. So that is region. I'll again take it and put it below this item C. Like this also you can create a bigger table. If you don't want region, you can remove it. So which representative, which are the products, how much sales they have made, this you will be getting here. Right? So you got this total. Now what I will do, I want this row wise percentage, not the overall percentage. Row wise it is 100% total. Okay. So in this case, I'll click here. We will go for sum of sales, value field settings. We will take here show value as calculation. So calculation percentage of what you want. So based on some other value you want, say example, I need the percentage of sales, based on the percentage of sales I want, or percentage of revenue I want. In this case also you can take. Now everywhere you will not get the answer because we are using the other value. So I'll go here, show value of, I'll take here show the percentage of row total, then I'll click on OK, done. So this is everything is 100 percentage, and this one. Okay, if you don't want this grand total column, you can remove it. But still, see the next one is I have here column label, that is my filters. Filters, it shows me here as order. So this is a date, based on a date I have. Now what I'll do, I'll click on this drop down option, field settings. So we will take here as custom, or what we will take. Let's see any other option we have. I'll go for this drop down option. I do not have an option here as date. Okay, fine, leave. We will just take it like this itself. Let the filter also be. So this is done, 3 tables is done. Now what I will do is I'll create a chart. I want to create a chart. So I'll click inside this, inside the first table. So in case if you are getting confused in this first table, by default it is in blue color. So I'll go for the second table, I'll change the other color. I'll go for the third table, I'll change to another color. So 3 tables in 3 different colors. Now what I'll do, I'll click on this row tables. That is my first one, region wise sales. I'll click on this. Now in your pivot analysis, I'll go for pivot chart. I'll take here the pie chart. If you want to go with the donut chart, you can go with this also. I'll click on OK. Done. Now in this, see, let me close this. After closing this, if you want to do any editing work, you can go for this. How you want to do, you can do. I don't want this region separately, what it is and all. I'll remove this chart table, go for data labels. In this data labels, I'll take it as data collat. So it will show me how much options, what are the options I have in each and every region. I can select here data collats I've taken. I'll just drag this like this. So done. Okay, next one. In this formats, you have the fillings, colors, everything. Whatever you want to fill, whatever you want to give a borders, you can give this borders. Okay, I'll close this. Now see here, I'll click on this. Plus you have to go, I'll remove the legends, the one which you are showing me south, east, west, this one. I don't want this. I'll remove this. I only need this much of values. Done. So if you want to do some other formatting, you can go for format chart area. Click on this. So you will get this values. So width it says at 0.75%. Let's increase this and see how much it happens. Or transparency. Okay. Transparency. We will take it as 50%. Okay, no other changes I'll do. So let it be the same thing, let it be the same thing, transparency with everything. I'm not changing any area. If you want to change any colors, 3D effects, anything, you can do it. I'll go for this format dot area. Let me see what we have in this. Okay, let it be. So this is what I have done. Chart is done based on each and every region, how much sales has happened. If you don't want donut, you want to change to pivot or pie chart, anything in that case, you can go for this chart type, change the color if whichever you feel like. I'll go for the second one. Okay, I'm choosing the second one, and then excuse me. Now I want to change the chart type. You can click on this. Instead, if you want to go with this, you can go with this also. Whichever the method you want, that you can choose. Okay, let me go with this donut itself. Done. So I have created one donut chart using the first table. Now I'll click into the second table. Again, go for this pivot analysis, pivot chart. Now see, you have a negative also, positive, negative also. Whichever the method you want to choose, that you can choose it. Let's continue. So I have this profit and loss also. So instead I'll go with this line chart. See, this is how it shows. If you want to change to some other options you want, you can go, or you can also go with area also. Whichever you feel like comfortable using this, you can use this. I'll go with the line itself. Choose this pointer to indicate this how much I have. So, or if you want to go with this, you can. I'll go with the third one, line with marker. I'm taking this, then I'll click on OK, done. So I have a second chart also. Okay, so after second chart, I'll show you one more interesting things. Now see, if I apply a filters here, I'll say that I'll remove this. I say I need a I don't want this west. I need a south, and we'll click on OK. When I apply a filters, only this is changing. Okay, here the filters has been changed. Here it is changed, but here in this chart it did not change. The reason, I have created a chart using this table. Using the first table, I have created a chart. Using the second table, I have created this line chart. Now there is no connection between the first table and the second table. To make a connection of this, I'll select all these things. Okay, done. Now what I need to do, I need to do a connection between the first table, second table, and third table. Like this I need to connect. So since I have not yet used the chart for third table, but for first and second table I've already created it. Now what I will do, I'll go for insert, take a slicer. So slicer is a advanced method of using a filters. It is another method of using a filters. I'll click on the slicer, I'll take a region, then I'll click on OK. Now I got this region. Okay, I take like this. So this is how I have. Since I have not given this values here, so it still shows me here. See, if I select, I won't get anything in a blank. See, but this slicer, how did I get? Because I clicked on this and I have selected this slicer. I'll remove this, delete again. Okay, now I'll remove the filters also. I'll select everything, click on OK. I click inside this second table. I click inside this second table, go for insert, select the slicer, whichever you want, you can select it. I go for the region, I'll click on OK. Now what I'm getting here, I'm getting this region. Now when I select this east, only east I'm getting. When I select central, only this. So that means this table is changing and line chart is changing, whereas pie chart is not changing. That is donut chart is not changing. I need it to change along with this data also. So click on the slicer. You will have another slicer option, that is tab. Go to this. You have an option here as report connection. This is my first table. This is my second table. This is my third table. So whatever I do in one table, it was applied with all these three tables. So what I do, I'll go with the slicer, report connection. I take here as connect to table 1, connect to table 3 also, click on OK. Now see, when I select central, see, this is changed, this is changed, this is changing, this is also changing. I go for east, I go for south, I go for west. Everything will change. Now I want to check with south and east only. South and east. I select a south, hold a control, select on a east, then this south and east is displaying. I want to remove all the filtering option. Click on this clear filters, or you can also press Alt C. This is done. But what if I want this not in a rows, I don't want in a column wise, I want it in a rows, then I'll increase this as much as I want, this column area. Can you see this column area? I'm increasing. I'll just do like this. Bring here. Whichever the color you would like to give, you can give. Whichever the color you would like to give for the slicer, you can select it. If you want to design, you can go for this new slicer setting. I'll click on this, then unselected with no data, over selected, or whatever you want, that you can go. I will go however selected item with no data. I'll select this, click on a format. I want it in a bold, then I'll make it a color. I'll change the color here to green. Okay, to green color. And fills, we will take it in a dark red, then I'll click on OK. This is how you will get which one. Selected one will be like this. Okay, then I'll click on OK. The one which I have created is, you will be getting here. The slicer which we have created is this one. Now I'll click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, you will be getting. Still you want to change the color, you can go for new slicer. I'll go with this selected item with data. Selected item with data format. I'll take a color here, the light green, and then fill effects. Instead of fill effects, we will go with the two colors. First color, this green. Second color, I'll go with this dark green, or we will take it as yellow. This will be looking good. And from corner or from center you want, that you take however you want. Okay, so from corner or from center, if you want the corner, which corner side you want, that you can select it. I'll select this variant, then okay, done. Then I'll go for font, I'll make it bold, then I'll click on okay, done. So this is how it will be selected. I'll click on okay. Now this is what I have to apply. South, east, central, it will show you. Remove the filters, so all in one color you will be getting. Done. So this is done. Whichever I select, so based on that all my data will change. Now we will also create one more chart for this third data, third table. So I will click inside this third table which I've inserted. Then I'll go for pivot analysis, pivot table. So I have a cluster here, cluster column chart. But I want to go with this 3D cluster column. Or if you want to go with this also, you can take. Whichever the method you feel like choosing, that you can go. It is up to you, right? It is up to you. Whichever you want, you can go. Or you want to go with the area, you want to go with map. I do not have a state, so I cannot use a map. um, okay, I'll use column itself. Okay, so or if you want to go with the, okay, I don't know, it doesn't support leave. Column only we will go. Then I'll click on okay, I got this column. So how much sales has happened from each and every person, this you will be having. So if you want to show any other options, now I want this access title. So you can give here the percentage of sales, or I don't want this access, I'll remove this access also, but I need this what is been made. Then data labels, data table, if you want to put it in a table format, this also you can do. Okay, legend, I'll see. Legend means this one, the one which is on the right side, I'll put it in the bottom. Then okay, done. So this is what I needed. I have done everything. So whatever is my requirement, I have done. I need one more slicer also. Region I have taken. Now I will take the product also. I will take product also as a slicer. You can click anywhere. So see, first table doesn't have a product. I'll click here. Go for pivot. Insert. Take a slicer because we have here the item name. I'll click on an item. Click on OK. I got this item. Now we will change these colors also. I'll go for this table settings, new slicer settings, selected our selected item with data. With data, I'll go for format. Use here font to be in a bold one. Then I'll use the font color in a dark red. We will go to the fills. Fills, I'll prefer to choose a light color. So I'll go for this fill effects. I'll go here, more colors. I'll choose a light color here, which we will go for. Okay, I'll go for this light blue. Okay, or we will go for this. I'll click on okay, done. Here again we will choose more colors. Standard, I'll take this one. Does it look good? Okay, some color I've taken two colors, so two both pink I have taken. From the center I'll take, then click on okay, again okay. This is how it will look. Okay, then I'll click on okay, done. Now for this data, I will select this. Now when I click on the selected one, see, it has no other changes still. Remove the filters, I'll change this. I'll again go for this new slicer, unselected item with no data, format this. Then it is fills, right? Fills, fill effects, I'll choose this pink, and this another pink. From the corner click on OK. Then font we will give it in a purple and make it bold. Okay, done. Then again done. Then I'll click on this, select this one. We will see how it has been applied, why it is not applying. Okay, first we will make a report connection. I'll click on this slicer, go for report connection, select all the tables. Click on OK. Now this is my slicer. This is my slicer. How you want, you can change it. So now I have here how many products? Six products. So I will take here six like three columns. I'll increase here two column, three column. I'll change this till here. You still have any other items, you can check here. I'll just take this only this much, remove the filters. Now we will see here only this. Done. Items, I'll select this. Why it is not applying this pink color? Okay, selected item with Goeta. We will change this only. I'll give your bold color, purple, fill effects. Choose the color, first color, and then the second color. Go for this from the corner, click on OK. Done. Again done. So again you will click on this OK. So now we will see what will happen. Okay, this is how I will be doing. So selected one will be in a color, the unselected one will be like this. So after doing all these things, we are going to arrange this. If anybody has a doubt till here, you can ask me, because the next step what we are going to do, it will be a bit complicated. Anybody has a doubt in this? The same thing, we just created a table. Using the table we have created a charts. Using the charts or table, we have selected a slicer. Using the slicer we made a connection, report connection from one report to another report, that is one table to another table. Connection has made. After connection has made, next step we are going to create a dashboard. So in case if anybody has a doubt, you can let me know before I start creating a dashboard. No doubts. Okay, fine. Let's continue. I go for this. Now what I'll do is I'll just minimize so that I can arrange this. So you should not have a confusions. Even I should not make any confusions for you all. So first I take this donut chart and put it below this. Then or put it more below this. Now region I'll put it above this. Then this item name just next to this. I'll bring this line chart here, line chart next to this. Then after this, I'll just scroll down, bring this graph, that is line chart here, column chart, line chart I have done. Let me make it to 100%. So now you can see this. I have arranged this into like this. If you want to increase the table size or the slicer size, you can go ahead and make it. Okay, so I have a data. Let me minimize the size so you can find the difference. So this is how I have. Let me increase. Now what I will do is I'll go for this insert a shape. I'll take this rounded rectangle, draw above this, draw above this. So I get a pointer. I don't want this much rounded corner. I'll reduce it to this much. But what is here, I'll change this to black color. The next thing the next thing what I want to do is the charts which is behind this, I want it in the front. This rounded rectangle should go behind this. So I'll click on the send backward, send backward, send backward. As many times you click, that many times it will happen and you got this data. Now what will happen, as soon as I click on something else, some chart, everything will move here and there. Now what I will do, I'll make all these charts as one group of things, right? As one group we will convert it. So to convert this into a one set of group, now what I will do is I'll select a table, first one. Now how you want that you can select. I'll click on this first slicer. Okay, I'll click on this first slicer, hold the control, select the second slicer, select the chart of all the three, and along with this rounded rectangle, all everything you have to select. Hold the control, select everything. Then you have this shape format. In this, you have something called as group. Okay, so you have a gap also in this, right? If you want to adjust the gap, first we will adjust the gap. Okay, I'll click on this first slicer, and second slicer I'll click, then go for this slicer. You have an option align. I'll take this align in a middle. Automatically it will adjust. So if you want to adjust like this, you can adjust the gap also. Since I think I've already grouped it, right? We will check here. We will go for shape format. Did I group this? No. So how you want, you can just arrange this. I'll hold a click on this, and I'll click on this two things. We will go for a slicer or pivot table anyway. You have an option here as align. I want to align everything in middle. Middle means one after the other in a proper way. So I'll click here align in a middle, and I'll say align in a align to the left, right, center. So whatever you want, you can take. So I just taken like this. Now again, I'll click outside, click on this pie chart or the donut chart, column chart. Again, I go for shape format. We will align this into a middle. Like this you can do. Now I'll just group it. One, that is slicer 1, slicer 2, chart 1, chart 2, chart 3, and then the shape at the back end. I'll select everything. We will go for slicer. You can go for shape chart, that is shape formatting. You will have a option here as group. See, in this also you have a group, here also you have a group. So go for this group, click it on a group. All these are now one set of image. One set of image. Let me zoom some more. Now you can see this. If I click on a south, see what is happening. If I click on a east, if I click on this, I'll remove the filters. Now I'll go with the product's name, blinder binder. See, desk. I have pens, I have pen sets, pen set and pen sets, like this. So since I have used here the spelling mistake, so I have two columns, two datas. That's what I said. Even if there is a spelling mistake also, you will have this options, you will have this problem. So make sure you are not having this spelling errors. So once you are clicking on this, you will get that exact data what you have about it. Is it clear to everyone? Does anybody has a doubt? Does anybody has a doubt? You can say me if you have a doubt so that we can rectify it, or I'll give you some time so you can try this. I'll give you 5 minutes. Try this. Any doubts, please ask me. Okay, you can try this. Try this. If anybody has a doubt, put it into a chat box. I'll check that. Okay, once in a while I'll just come to this page, and I'll be checking if you have posted any message or what. You try this and let me know if you have any doubts or anywhere you didn't understand. You can let me know. I'll do it again. Clear? Okay, so when you ask about the test for this, so actually you do not have any practical problems as an exam. You will be given an exam based on options like MCQ you will have. Okay, everyone, listen. So it is MCQ. You have an exam as an MCQ. 60 questions you will have for 60 minutes. Either it will be a 60 questions or 50 questions for 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. So I'm not sure whether this time it is going to be a 50 questions or 60 questions, but it is multiple choice questions. You need to pick the right answer, and it is going to be your online exam. Okay, so the next day I finish the syllabus, that is 30 hours portions. When the 30 hours will come, so it is like when I finish 37 and a half hours, the last 1.5 hour, the last 1.5 hour class, you will be having a exam, right? And that exam is MCQs. MCQs, 60 or 50 questions. The duration depending upon that it will be given. Okay, you need to pick the right answer. So the last class, I'll be giving you a revision, what type of questions you may get, how to answer it. Thus, I'll guide you. So no need to worry for this. Now tell me, are you able to do this pivot table? Do you all have any doubts in this? Why no response? Please reply at least. Yes, have a doubt, still doing. Say something. Finally, I find a response from Leah. See, yeah, I'm sharing the screen to everyone. I cannot check this. No doubts, ma'am. Please reply together, okay? Because since you're sending something in a private, I have to open the message in the screen itself. If you have something which you have to share or you have to give me an information, you can put it in a chat box individually. That is through WhatsApp, not here, please. Okay, this is about the syllabus, so you can update directly. No doubts, ma'am. Varsha, Pooja. Okay. Varsha, Pooja, Leah, you are saying that no doubts. Were you able to do? Did you try with the table that is report connection? All three of you, did you try with the report connection method? Did you try to create a dashboard? Say yes, no, yes, ma'am. So no problem. We'll proceed. We tried. We were able to do. Good. Good. Thank you, ma'am. At least some kind of response I find. Okay. So this is what we do with this pivot table. Okay, pivot table and the slicer settings. So next one we will go with the data tab. And before that, I'll finish this also. I'll just close this since we have done. If anybody wants to practice, you can practice by referring the videos. So I'm not saving it. I'll close it. Now next question was, we have done some problems, right? Now see here, I need to know how did I get this answer. How did I get this answer? I'll go for this formula. You have an option as trace trace precedent. I'll click on this. So it will not show you output. So if I click on this and now I take here, still it is not showing me. The same thing, what on which data this is dependent, I'll click on this. See. Why? Because this is something which is based on a criteria. We will go for some other data where we have done. Okay, so I need to know how did I get this total value. So I'll click on this. So this was been made using this table, total table. All these things is been added. Now this total, if I'm getting, how did I do this? So I'll take like this. See here, trace precedent. Now again I take this dependent based on this what and all I have found. Based on this minimum value what and all I have got a input output I am getting it. Okay, based on this data how did I get what and all I'm getting the values dependent. So I have an average. See, this is a average value. So this final output, and this output is dependent on what this you will be doing here. If you want to remove the errors, you can remove this. And I want to see how the formulas I have applied. Click on this show formula. It will show you all the formulas in this entire sheet wherever the formulas is been applied. So then error checking, if there is any error, it will show you where there is error. Since I do not have, let's click on this evaluate. So since I've selected this evaluate, we will click on this evaluate function, or I'll go for this total evaluate the formula. So it says how the formula has been calculated. Evaluate, so it shows me this is the value, then you can close it. This is just to check. So I'll click on this evaluate the formula. It says this is the range which has been selected. Then what is my output? The output is 350. Here also 350. That means my answer is matching. We can go for the next one. Okay, watch window. Suppose this is my table. I'll just click on this watch window. So it says if I want to add another window, how it has been created, that you can add it. But still we are not using this now. We will close it. If you want to go for the calculator option, okay, so this manually you want to do automatically already we are doing it. So there's options you will be doing here. So that's all with this formula tab. So page layout I have done, draw we have done, insert this home we have done. So we have to start with the data. We have to start with the data. So I'll start in the next section, the data table, right? So that's all for today. If you have anything, you can tell me. If not, we will wind up the session. Any questions if you have, you can ask me. And why the strength is also becoming low, I had a 51 students, but the participant here is only 28. So 29 actually including me. But why only the strength is getting reduced again and again every day? Is there any seminar or some functions or any other activities going into your college? No response again. I don't know why nowadays I'm not getting any response like before when I started the session. Fine then, that's all for today. We'll see you in the next session. Bye everyone.